Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look, it's another Thursday, which means we have a brand new meta report for the Sim Weekly update.
Oh my god.
Yes, you heard me right. I probably said it wrong, but it does not matter. The rank OP11 power ranking for this week is finally here, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. And look, as you guys see on the screen right now, there is no surprises. There's really nothing new in this meta. The main reason why I'm showing you guys all of these deck lists like we have for our 10th place deck is none other than purple black Luffy. Like I said, it's a purple black Luffy meta, and the main reason why I'm bringing all of these type of deck lists to you is that unlike the Sims bullshit lists, all these lists you guys see right here on the screen is actually from our recent tournaments over the weekend. I know everybody pretty much cheated. I have no clue who cheated or who did not cheat for me to get these deck lists, but just take it with a grain of salt. This is what did pretty well. So yeah, this is pretty much the purple black Luffy deck list. We can break down this deck list just a little bit. Pretty much the reason why this deck is really so good is just because of the structure deck of this Monkey D Luffy. This is pretty much the Sanji and pudding of the deck. If you guys want to compare it to like that GP Luffy, like what is the staple out of this deck that makes this deck really run a little bit better compared to how it has been getting played for the past month? It is this particular Monkey D Luffy. This is the staple glue of the deck, ending off games with the Sanji and also the Monkey D Luffy right here, and also abusing. Like I said, this is a purple meta, so anything able to play Gum Gum Giant is literally going to be meta, and that's the reason why once again we have 4 purple Straw Hat decks in our top 10. Very boring, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and read purple black Luffy's stats. Go to our 9th best deck of the week. Purple black Luffy has played 7,469 matches with 3,503 wins with 3,966 losses, sitting at a 7.93 rating. My bad on that, with a 46.9% win rate. So purple black Luffy's win percentage is going dramatically down, and I'm actually very surprised. Anything purple is going to be doing good, so the fact that this is getting pushed down, hey, if you guys play this deck, let me know why you guys think it has such a losing rate compared to a lot of these other decks we're going to feature. But yeah, that's our 10th ranked deck. For our 9th ranked deck, we have Zoro. So like I said earlier, there's nothing new in this Zoro deck, but this is a regional topping list as well. End off games with the Monkey D Dragon. In this particular list, they're actually going with the Marco with some border removal, having some life counter ability with this Radical being very shy, some border removal. Seems like this is a heavy border removal type of deck, just with the Marcos and also with 4 Gum Gum moles. This is actually running a lot. I actually don't see a lot of people running this, but Zoro, look, I'm gonna tell you guys one thing about this particular Zoro deck. For all our Zoro fans, you guys better cherish the fact that you guys are playing this deck. You guys have another 10 months, you know, I think it's like 10 or 9 more months until you'll never be able to use this deck in the modern format again. So make sure if you're a Zoro fan, keep on using this deck until it's time for you guys to you know, put it in your pocket for the, you know, the end of time. Let's go ahead and read his stats. Zoro's played 3,000, which has the lowest amount of games played. So Zoro's not even that popular right now on the streets, which is very surprising with the type of meta we have. He's played 3,012 games, has won 1,611 matches and lost 1,401 matches, sitting at an 8.48 rating with a 53.5% win rate. Very good positive win rate. Barely anybody's playing. This is actually that has the most or the least amount of games played out of any other deck we're going to be featuring in today's meta watch. And yeah, you know, like I said earlier, if you guys are a Zoro fan, make sure you guys keep on playing it, because I'm gonna be real with y'all, you only got a couple more months left. And which like I said earlier, I really do not like the set rotation bullshit. Really makes no sense. It almost kind of doesn't make any sense, like this buggy. You know what's crazy is that I didn't do a meta report last week, right, y'all? And every time I look at Buggy, it just keeps on getting pushed further and further down on the meta charts. It's almost like it's getting close to being called a fraud. I always told you guys, everybody hyped up this deck, said this deck will be the #1 UP Luffy counter. I mean, this deck is pretty good, just being able to have things more stickier because of this Crocodile Mihawk, being able to bottom deck it, and literally a built-in Bedrock with this Buggy, being able to cheat out characters with the leader ability and also this Crocodile, and be able to shut down anything that has a cost 3 or 4. I mean, the deck is decent, but the problem I'm having, a lot of people are asking,
how come you talk so much shit on Buggy? Why do you do that, dude? Come on, man, get off the Buggy, dude. Come on.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Well, the reason why is because y'all silly ass motherfuckers need to stop hyping up shit. Okay, I can understand if a deck comes out and it's decent, but stop putting the fucking deck's ball sack in your fucking nose hairs, okay? Because that's what it is. Y'all overwhelmingly hype up bullshit for it to come out and to never do it. Stop fucking hyping up shit. Just let the deck come out and let it do its thing. If you guys were never hyped up anything with Buggy, I would be talking shit, but since y'all did, I'm talking shit. This thing's a fraud. So with that being said, let's go ahead and read the 8th place fraud Buggy. It's played 6,157 matches. It has won 3,136 wins with 3,021 losses, sitting at an 8.53 rating with a 50.9% win rate. It looks like Buggy's on his way out. He's on 8th. I give it a couple more weeks, I can see this motherfucker getting out of the top 10. And once I'm telling you, this is a fraud. All y'all had to do is keep your mouth shut, but everybody just wants to glaze like you're working at Krispy Kreme donut. I don't understand where you guys are getting all the product to be able to do that, and that's exactly what happens. Until Buggy is actually out of this sim report, we will continue, and even if it's out of the sim report, we're still going to continue to cut it up, because that's what happens when you guys glaze up shit. Y'all tried to tell me Buggy was going to be countering UP Luffy. Come on, gang, like y'all just be talking, and that's what I'm saying. But the person that don't be talking is this Blackbeard deck, and Blackbeard looks like it's cooking. It actually is using some different cards compared to the last time I did a Blackbeard breakdown. A couple of new cards we do see at the 7th place is this particular card from OP11. It's pretty much a blocker at a 1 cost with a 2k counter. It can't be replaced, that's why it's played at 4. And another thing we are seeing with Blackbeard are these 2 brand new cards. I've actually never seen any of these 2. Let's go ahead and read it. 6 cost, 6,000 power, on play or on KO, play up to 1 Blackbeard Pirates type character card with a cost 5 or less from the trash rested. Very so pretty much replaces itself. Very good card in my personal opinion. You guys can bring back anything of 5 or less. That means you can bring back damn near everything in the deck. You guys can bring out the Burgess, the Van Augur. You can even bring out the Kuzan. That's crazy. You bring this back, you bring this, and then you bounce this back for like a Burgess. I mean, you could do some crazy ass plays with this. What the hell? And it has 1,000 counter as well. This is a shiest ass card. This is definitely fucking somebody's bitch tonight. Crazy, rarely. I'm liking this card. If you guys are Blackbeard player, let me know how you guys feel about this. Next card that Blackbeard players are now playing, this, like I said, this is a regional topping list, is this Marshall D Teach activate main. You may rest this character, KO up to 1 character of a cost of 3 or less. So this is pretty much a built-in jack. And on KO, add up to 1 black card from your trash to your hand. So it allows you to recycle any black card from the trash to your hand. But this is pretty much a cheaper version of jack. So very good card. Outside of that, I don't really see anything different in this deck. So let's go ahead and read 7th place ranking Marshall D Teach stats. Marshall D Teach has played 7,009 matches with 3,562 wins with 3,447 losses, sitting at an 8.63 rating with a 50.8% win rate. Blackbeard, hey look, Blackbeard's always going to be good. It might not be the highest on the list, but just having this blanket floodgate type ability, you can't really replace it. You definitely can. So let's go ahead and go straight to our 6th ranking deck. For our 6th ranking deck, we do have Bonnie, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Bonnie, a lot of these cards I've already went over before. We already seen some of these cards are pretty new. I haven't seen it, like this one, set up to 1 of your done. Actually, all these cards we actually already even read at this point, so we're not going to really go over. Pretty much the gist of this deck is establish Cavendish, you know, set up the wall, with Kid, freeze things with this Carrot, and end the games with this Zoro and also this Hody Jones. I'm always a fan of this Hody Jones and this Zoro combo. I'm hyper aggressive, and he's actually running some board removal with this Shanks. I feel like this Shanks with the leader ability is almost like a cheat code. He allows you to pop anything, and nobody's using the Sabo for any type of protection. So I mean, these two in tandem with each other is very, very crazy ability, to be honest with you guys. So Bonnie, not really surprised this is here. Not gonna really break down too much about it. Let's go ahead and read its stats. Bonnie's played 5,343 matches with 2,785 wins with 2,558 losses, sitting at an 8.67 rating with a 52.1% win rate. Bonnie, just like Blackbeard, their leader ability is so strong, it's always going to be viable. Only thing I am going to I'm really curious about is this card. If this card leaves, how well is Bonnie? That's what I really want to know for the streets. If this, once blocks get really take place, if this doesn't get reestablished or reprinted with a block number 3, how does this deck function without this card? Let me know. For all our Bonnie fans, how does that affect your deck? I really want to know. So let's go ahead and get straight into our 5th place deck. Like I said, another purple deck, another purple Luffy deck. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this deck looks like the same exact type of deck we've been covering since OP09. The only thing different from OP11 is this card, but let's be real, any purple deck that can really play this Katakuri card is really going to abuse. This is one of the best purple staples added in this whole entire meta for all our purple decks, and that is a fact, not an opinion. This deck, I've covered it so much, I'm actually bored even talking about it, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Let's go ahead and read its stats. Purple Luffy has played 5,024 matches with 2,653 wins with 2,371 losses, sitting at 8.75 rating with a 52.8% win rate. Luffy doing purple Luffy things, and anything purple Luffy esque type of decks I'm not going to be talking over like that, because I'm gonna be real with you, just looking at this deck is just making me feel tired. Okay, so the next deck we have right here is Smoker. For time and time again, before OP11 came around, I've been telling you guys that R-Green Smoker is going to be cooking, and people are starting to catch on to what I'm saying. I've called this deck to be a top 5 deck of the OP11 meta, and look and behold, this is literally the 4th ranking deck on our sim rankings. I'm not surprised. End off games with this dragon. But the biggest thing about this deck is establishing this Smoker. If you guys can really establish these two on the board, mainly this Smoker in tandem with the leader ability, you're gonna just start getting so far ahead, it's not even fair. Especially if you can establish this right here and also this Captain Kid on the board, you're gonna really have a good time, man. This deck is pretty good. This is another brand new card from OP11 to help push this card, or not card, but this deck to the next level. And yeah, everything outside of everything I just said, everything kind of looks the same. A lot of the good red staple cards being used. He's actually running Honesty Impact. Tell me how you guys feel about Honesty Impact. It is 6 costs, so let me know how you guys honestly feel about this one. No pun intended here, but R-Green Smoker, reason why it's doing so well because it just has a good matchup in the UP Luffy, GP Luffy, anything really purple type of deck in the meta. Since our format is dominated by purple, you already know R-Green Smoker is going to be in the meta. Once again, Flacko always right. Let's go ahead and go straight into the stats. Go to our 3rd best deck. R-Green Smoker's played 5,834 matches with 3,054 wins with 2,780 losses with an 8.78 rating with a 52.3% win rate. R-Green Smoker, I already told you guys a long time ago this deck was going to be here. Now people are starting to catch on. What's crazy is that, like I said earlier, we don't go to any tournaments, but yet time and time again we are always right about every single meta. It's the most craziest thing. You would think I'm actually tapped into card games in general, because all this shit kind of makes sense. Which, just like this deck makes sense, and this is the reason why it's the 3rd top ranked deck. This is GP Luffy, y'all. And if you guys did not know, this card that you guys see on the screen right now is actually going to be hitting the streets within the next 2 weeks. So get ready to spend $100, $200, $300 for this card, depending on where you're at. But when we just take a look at this particular deck, nothing has really changed, man. Everything's literally the same. It's literally Sanji and Pudding or bust. If you guys don't see Sanji and Pudding, you're pretty much just going to lose. And that's pretty much the whole story of this deck, is Sanji pudding or bust. Let's go ahead and read GP Luffy's stats here real quick. GP Luffy's played 13,683 matches with 6,891 wins with 6,792 losses, but 9.22 rating with a 50.4% win rate. Like I said, this is the second best deck. The only reason why it's probably third is because everybody's playing a counter deck to the best deck in the format, and that leads us off to our second ranked deck. Our second ranked deck is what I just said. You're literally playing, look, UP Luffy, you guys already know UP Luffy is the best deck in the format, which means this will be the #1 counter. And since this is the #1 counter, this is the reason why, and this is the only reason why this deck is the second most popular deck, used deck, ranked deck on our sim rankings for our this week. Okay, let me just take a look. Reason why, it's just because the Caruso is bringing down the leaders of attack or power, or whatever you guys want to call it if you're coming from Yu-Gi-Oh. If you get like 2 of these on board, just bringing it down attack at 4,000, it's really does hinder it. But the biggest gist of it is just because of this leader ability. This deck just moves too fast for UP Luffy. What happened to Buggy being the #1 counter? What happened to that? I thought Buggy was the #1 counter to UP Luffy. Well, it seems like time and time again, the delinquents and me, we're just always right.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
You know, it's actually crazy because, you know, time and time again, we just keep proving everybody fucking wrong. It's almost like we know what we're talking about, just like we know what we're talking about with these stats. Bello Betty is the second ranked deck of the format because UP Luffy is the #1. So let's go ahead and read his stats. Battle Betty, second place, played 7,489 matches with 4,162 wins with 3,327 losses at a 9.37 rating with a 55.6% win rate. Bello Betty, like I said earlier, the only reason why this deck is even doing anything remotely good is because of this particular deck. And this deck, you know, people are crying for a Gum Gum Giant Band. I'm not even going to read the stats to UP Luffy. We're just gonna have a little talk about this deck here real quick. People are complaining about this deck, man. It's not just this, it's not even just the West, it's East, it's the whole entire One Piece card game community. People are complaining about this card, saying this is the reason why this deck is broken. You ban this card, this leader's still broken. I feel like the only way to really correct this deck here at this point is just banning the leader. This is the only thing I really see getting hit. I feel like in our next ban list, we're gonna have a Gum Gum Giant ban and also a Monkey D Luffy ban. Those 2 cards need to go. And like I said, if you guys do ban Gum Gum Giant, it doesn't change this deck. This deck mechanically is just meant to sell sets. That's the reason why it's so broken. It's the #1 deck. We're not reading any stats of this. I'm getting tired of even talking about this deck. But moving forward, Bandai's gonna have to do something about this deck. Fact, it's either you play purple or bust. It's pretty a shitty way to play the game, in my personal opinion. That's a fact, not an opinion. Yeah, that's pretty much our meta report for our week. Tell me below if you guys are actually shell shocked by anything. Probably not. Everything kind of looks the same except for our green smoker, but let's be real, I called that earlier as well, so it is what it is. But tell me below what you guys think of this week's weekly meta report. And yeah, that's all I got. But look, before I go, if you was feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll go.